Good morning. This is Dr. Larry Straub, and this is your week 6 or module 6 recording. Uh, Welcome to another week. This is a particularly interesting and exciting topic for me. It's one I'm really passionate about, and it's how social media can be used as a communication vehicle. And the first thing I would start with, never, and I mean not in any time I can think about, never has there been such a powerful tool for communication, but something that can also be turned into a powerful weapon for destruction if we're not very, very careful. I'm including a video this week, and I really hope all of you will watch it. It's one of the most powerful and poignant videos I've seen, and it's entitled How One Tweet Can Ruin Your Life. It's by a gentleman by the name of John Ronson. It's a TED Talk. It's about, I think, 17 minutes, but it is well worth the time to watch it. I'm including that link. Not only watch it, but I would encourage you all to share it within your networks and share it with anybody that you think might have any benefit from it, which I think would have to almost include everybody. All of us should be thinking about these things. It's a story of I think a good person who uh, played the tweet war and kind of tried to build her brand in the tweetosphere, and it came over on top of her. Just one chosen wrong phrase that I think was possibly taken out of context, and in the course of less than a day, it about ruined her life. So I would just really encourage all of you to watch it because, again, we've never had a time where we've had such wonderful tools to work with, but they can come over on top of us pretty easy. Um, there's three big reasons that I want you to watch this, that I want you to watch this video. First, as I noted, to understand the power of social media, both good and bad. Second, to understand how misusing or even the perception of misusing social media can destroy you or someone else's life. And third, and this is probably about as important as anything, is for all of us to assess and reassess our place in this landscape. There are many bad actors, and some of them are good people in this sphere. But the anonymity of the internet gives us license to do things we'd never do if we had to look someone in the eye or had to say something to their face or in person. So this anonymity really gives us license to take on almost an alter ego that really, in many ways, may not represent truly who we are. So again, I hope you'll take that time and watch that video. I think it's just an incredible video, incredibly well done as well. So it's pretty entertaining to watch, but it's also cringeworthy to watch at times. Okay, the next thing I'd like to talk about, and I may refer to this uh, at times within the scope of this class, but I'm going to talk about it today, is building your brand, both personal and professional. I would challenge all of you to think about, do you think of yourself as a brand? And if you don't, why not? Because you really should. You are a brand. You as the individual and you as a professional. And if you don't define your brand, someone else might do it for you. So think about what constitutes you, the brand, what constitutes your career as a brand, and think about how you can help bolster that and backfill that and enhance it. Again, social media can be a wonderful tool in building you, the brand. both personally and in your career. But always think through what you're doing, not only in terms of social media, but when you're out in public. There are cameras literally everywhere. Think about crimes, think about accidents, think about any type of thing that happens that comes to the major news networks, and think about how many different camera angles all of that is shown from. Cameras that you and I would maybe never think were out there, but they're on every light pole, every telephone pole, on every business. And so we're always on camera now. And if we aren't, you might as well assume you are if you live in any size city whatsoever. Um, Always think through what you're posting, what you're sharing, and also the tone, the clarity, and the understandability, and how people might take it. Um, Tone and understandability and clarity and how people might perceive something, those are very tricky. And again, that is illustrated in the TED Talk video that I've got attached to this. I'm fairly sure the woman didn't mean that, how people interpreted it, but nonetheless, perception very easily in this environment can become reality, and it can become a reality that we all have to live with. So, as far as social media and communication and organizational environments, again, many wonderful ways to utilize those tools, from video posts like this one within an organization to provide clarity to your intent and messages as a leader or a manager. But again, just like you would proofread a paper before you submitted it, or maybe even proofread an email before you submitted it, don't just record a video and then post it. Make sure that you watch your own videos and maybe even have somebody else possibly watch it so that you make sure that you've got the clarity and everything that's in there. The last thing I would emphasize, always, and I mean always, if in doubt, have someone else or maybe even a few people read what you're going to post or watch what you're going to post. I have a group of about 10 to 15 people that are on special mailing lists that I have on my email. And if I have any doubts whatsoever, I email these folks what I'm thinking about posting, and they give me feedback on it. Or it might be a video that I'm going to post, and they give me feedback on it. Especially if I think it might be controversial, if I think there might be accuracy issues, if there might even be bias issues. We're all biased in some ways, right? So, and then I do the same thing for them. They can get my feedback at any time as well. Now, that doesn't mean every video that you're going to do is going to be perfect. Everything you're going to do is be perfect. Videos, frankly, all of these ones I do, I usually try to do them in one take, warts and all. They may not be perfect. I may have to clear my voice a few times or my throat, but I think some of that gives them almost more credibility because, you know, people see that you're like anybody else, and every once in a while you have a little bit of misstep. Correct it, go. But lastly, and if in doubt, if something seems a little bit off, a little bit wrong, sleep on it. Look at it again the next day or watch it again the next day. And if you still can't get your arms wrapped around it and you still can't get over a feeling of unease, don't do it. Just don't do it. Trust your gut, trust your judgment. Sometimes it's just not worth it. If you haven't noticed, we are a very unforgiving lot anymore when it comes to misspoken ideas or concepts or things. What we see, what we post, we're all pretty quick to pounce, as you will see again in the TED Talk that I posted. All of that's on display uh, and throughout the entire video. So again, I encourage you to watch that video. Um, I've enjoyed reading your posts. I've enjoyed reading what you've been submitting. Overall, very good content. A few things I would just highlight. I've noticed a lot of you doing what I advised early on, and you're using the assignment, whether it be a post or whether it be the actual assignment, and the things that are required on that assignment, you're making those your headers within your assignment. That way you make sure that it's almost your checklist. You put everything that's required on the assignment, boom, 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 bullet points. You make them your headers, and then you write underneath those headers. That way it makes sure that you're covering everything that's supposed to be in the assignment. That's a very good way to do it, and I'm glad to see a lot of you doing that. The ones that aren't, I would encourage you to do that. It makes it a lot more readable for folks, a lot easier to follow, a lot easier to transition your points. And again, you're making sure that you're getting everything that's required in that assignment done because you've got those headers established right from the beginning. All right. Okay. Well, I hope you all have a great week 6. Do not hesitate to reach out to me if I can be of service or any help to you. And I'll look forward to talking to you again next week. Thank you.